Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined today by Ralph Michaels at CalSportsLV, Gianni the Greek at Greek_Gambler. This is I don't even know why we're talking about this game. We have an 0-2 Nebraska team, 2 outright losses as a favorite, 17 points at Michigan. Just give the game to Michigan, guys, right?
Sure. You know, you're looking at, that's the reason why this is 17. It was actually higher, came down a little bit, but it's all expectations. You know, if this game were played a couple weeks ago, the line probably would have been 14. Michigan, not a good favorite. You know, the Notre Dame game, and then what happens, they look good against SMU and Western Michigan, and all of a sudden, everyone's back on the Wolverine train and the Harbaugh bandwagon. But, you know, I look at it, and you said it before the videos, Nebraska really needed that Akron game that got canceled because of lightning. Number one, they had a freshman quarterback learning a new offense. And so what happens against Colorado? Well, people think they lost against Colorado. They lost against Troy the last 2 weeks, so they played poorly. I'll tell you what, with Martinez at quarterback, they had a 565 to 395 yard edge against Colorado. Last week, with their backup quarterback, who happens to be a walk-on, Andrew Bruner, they had a 364 to 253 yard edge. Now you have Martinez back. You know, the last time Nebraska started 0-3, Kelly, was, you know, when
the year my dad was born?
Was that what it is? 1945 was the last time they started 0-3. The conference they were in, the Big Six.
Wow.
That's so funny. Ralph, I'm going to get back to you because I have another question. But VR, let's talk about what are the sharp guys betting in this one? What is the buy on?
Well, the over for sure. That's 100% legit. Got hit over at 48.5. Got hit over 49.5. Up to 50 was the buy. That's where they stopped, and it looked like piggybackers got involved because I think it's up to 50.5. Probably going to see 51 on there. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little take back late. That shouldn't scare you from thinking it's not legit. The over is legit as far as the move goes. On the side, early money was on the Michigan. Went from 18.5 up to 19.5. Now it's down to 17. So some money's come in on the Nebraska side. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard it. So I don't know what that adjustment is about. I'm not even going to speculate unless I know for sure. Nebraska, if there's one thing that you touched on, is as good as the offense seemed to, as far as stats go, look, the turnovers. You can't overcome turnovers. When you have 6 turnovers in 2 games, you're not going to win those games. And I think that was one of their biggest problems. I agree with the move on the over. I think both these teams are going to be able to put up points. You know, Michigan, you know, they average close to 40 points a game. I think they're going to be able to put up some points there. And I think Nebraska is going to have some success as well. I mean, here's a team that's averaging over 400 yards a game. They're able to move the football. You just said they're getting Martinez back. And if there's one thing you know about their coach is incremental improvements always. He did it at UCF. You know, it's a team that he took over when they were winless. 2 years later, they beat Auburn in the Peach Bowl. So he slowly but surely, you see incremental improvements when this guy takes over a team. So wouldn't be surprised to see Nebraska show up. But I agree with the over more.
Oh, Ralph, so you know the next question on my mind is, and it's a term I stole from VR a long, long time ago on Twitter, is Nebraska a live dog here?
You know what? Anytime you have Michigan as a favorite, I think you are. And I just think, again, you got to remember, I mean, 2 weeks ago after the Notre Dame game, this is a completely different line, and people have fallen in love with Michigan. But I look at Michigan.
Are they undervalued? I wanted to ask you. Sorry, I probably should have done this off camera. But are they overvalued? Are they undervalued, Michigan, as far as the AP poll? Compared to power ratings, like, should they be higher than 19?
No.
Are there 18 teams that would be favored over Michigan on a neutral field?
At least.
About that, yeah. I think so, just because they haven't proven they could beat those teams yet.
So it's
if they
fair.
prove that, then it's a different story. I mean, they were the favorite at Notre Dame. But again, they did improve. They won on the road. Granted, it was Patterson's first start at Michigan, learning a new offense. But this is a stat for me that's the tell-all with Michigan. Why I lean with Nebraska. Michigan's played Notre Dame, SMU, Western Michigan. So game was like a pick-em, 20-point favorite, 30-point favorite. First downs, Michigan 61, their opponent 60. They're just not good enough to lay points with against. I think we're going to see a very surprising Nebraska team with Martinez, a game under his belt.
I'm going to read that as Ralph says, Kelly, sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Tuesday is always $2 Tuesdays, and you get the hottest handicapper at WagerTalk's best bet for just $2.